if you want to become a more magnetic and attractive being, the number one thing that you need to focus on is to not try to be magnetic. Because when you try to be magnetic, you are basically telling yourself that I'm not good enough as I am right now, so I need to adapt myself in order to become magnetic. And then you are not being magnetic. Instead, you are coming from an energy where you are manipulating yourself into being something that you are not. It's when you take back your power, aligning with who you truly are, that you naturally are being magnetic. Then you don't need to worry about how you are presenting yourself. You are just being yourself. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to gain. Because you don't care anymore about being magnetic in that sense. Because you are not trying to impress anyone. The thing is that many of us are craving this approval from other people. So we try to be in a certain way so that we can gain approval from others. And I've been in this situation as well. Through the majority of my life, I've been a big people pleaser, where I've tried to gain something, to get the approval from other people through being in a certain way that I think will suit them, instead of just being who I am. Because I've been afraid of being myself. Because sometimes I didn't get approved of by others when I was being myself. And that hurt my sense of self-esteem. And I'm sure you can relate to this if you clicked on this video and are into these kind of subjects. That we as humans try to gain something. We try to get approval and love so that we can feel good about ourselves. And then we are coming from a place of lack, believing that we need someone else's approval in order to feel good about ourselves. And that's why we feel the need of being magnetic. Because we want that approval. And as soon as you no longer need that approval from anyone else but yourself, then you are naturally a magnetic. You will naturally attract people that are into your vibe, into who you are. Because you don't try to be anything else than what you are and who you are. So how can you become more magnetic then? How can you tap into that energy within yourself where you no longer need to be magnetic, where you have detached from the outcome? Because it's when you detach from the outcome that you will naturally tap into your magnetic self. So what is the outcome then? What are you gaining? It's that approval from others. This is the thing that you are gaining. This is the thing that you are attached to. Therefore, you are afraid how you will present yourself, because if you present yourself in a way that doesn't get the approval from others, then it will hurt your self-esteem, right? And all of this is coming from a perspective of lack. This isn't fundamentally true about you, that you need others' approval in order to feel good about yourself. You can actually be a self-generating source of approval to yourself. then you no longer feel dependent on the approval from others. And this is the paradox. This is when you naturally become magnetic, because you no longer are attached to that outcome of getting the approval. So how can you approve of yourself then? How can you give this quality to yourself that you've been searching for outside of yourself? So we need to look at what it is that we want from other people when we are searching for that approval. It is to be seen, to be loved, to be accepted, and understood. So these qualities, being seen, loved, accepted, and understood, these are the qualities that you need to start to give to yourself. So maybe you already feel like you are doing this, that you are seeing yourself, and still you are searching for that approval. Then you are not truly doing this, seeing these qualities within yourself. Maybe you can do it in some areas of your life, but then there is this part of you that comes up when you feel a bit vulnerable, when you are going to open yourself up to a romantic partner, or you show yourself online, those kind of things. And then suddenly there is something at stake here. But that's not true either. So it is to be in the environments where you get triggered, where you feel suddenly needy, and to swim in those environments at the same time as you practice on having your focus towards yourself instead of trying to get approval. Because when you focus on yourself, you shift your focus from the external to the internal. And this is when you start to see this aspect of yourself that you've been hiding from. Maybe it feels a bit uncomfortable in your body. Maybe it's hard to stay present. Maybe a lot of things are going on inside you and you don't really know what to do. And this is your nervous system putting up the red flag because it sees it as danger. But it's not dangerous to look at this aspect of you. It's just a limiting belief and a pattern that you are so used to adapting yourself into. So it feels very real and very risky to face this aspect of yourself. But in reality, it is only that when you start to focus on yourself and accept how you are feeling, when you feel this trigger, without judging yourself and the experience that you are in, that the side effect of this is that you start to let go of this people-pleasing tendencies, of this need of getting approval from the outside. And this is when you naturally feel good about yourself, regardless of the situation you find yourself in. And the more capacity you have to show yourself, your authentic self, to the world, where you feel free in the way that you express yourself, where you don't need the filters anymore, because you have nothing to hide and nothing to lose, and therefore you're fully being yourself. And this is when you are magnetic. This is when you are in your power. This is when You don't need anyone's approval of you anymore. And isn't that interesting that the less needy we are and the less we need something on the external, the more we attract it? That's just how the laws of the universe works. The more we attach, the less we need, the more free we will feel, and the more magnetic we will be to the things that we no longer need. Instead, they will start to come without effort. If that is a relationship, if that is attention and friends and publicity, or whatever it is, it will naturally come to you when you no longer buy into the idea that you need to be anything else than yourself. And you find that authentic core within yourself when you are willing to face your triggers and the discomfort in the areas of your life where you get anxious or where you feel like, oh, I need people to approve of me. That's where the work is. And in order to do the work, we need to feel safe. And this is something that we cultivate within ourselves the more we practice to stay in the storm without engaging in it. I myself have done it for years, 8 years maybe. And I've invested a lot of money into myself to be in spaces where people are where I want to be. So I've put myself into spaces where I've been feeling safe and seen to go there, where it's uncomfortable, where my ego just wants to find the exit. And this is how many people live. That's why the most people alive don't do dope and epic stuff, because they are afraid to look at themselves and to really investigate what is going on within them. So if all this resonates with you, I actually have 2 ways that you can get even more intimate with me and a group of people. And that is the inner circle community that I've been creating for quite some time now, where this is a online community with a quite small group of people where we meet on a daily basis through video. So this is very unique. And I provide 1 coaching hour every week as well. So if this is something that resonates with you, look that up in the link below. So that's one way you can become more engaged with people that will hold your back when you want to run away and find the exit door, so that you can actually transform yourself from the inside out and become free and be your magnetic self. Because that's your birthright. And I want to see you thrive. Because I know how it feels like to constantly adapt myself to my surroundings because I don't feel good about myself. And that sucks. And that doesn't need to be a thing anymore. So I see you. And I love that you are here. And I want to support you as much as I possibly can. And I hope you found some value in this video here. And if you want to go deeper and be supported every week, you can look up the Inner Circle community down below. So that's all for this week. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one.